Hey guys, it's Craig from WealthHealth, and today we're talking about deposits, how to pull them together, and what your options are if you don't have 20%. Lots of people ask me, do I really need to have a 20% deposit? And there's actually a long answer to that. The short answer is no, but with conditions. Right at this particular point in time, it's June 2019, and right now there are lenders that I'm dealing with that will do a 5% deposit. Not all lenders, some 10%, and there's a few options for borrowers that don't have a 20% deposit. Here's how it rolls. If you're going to be building a new home, or if you're looking at buying a home that was finished being built no more than 6 months ago, then you do not have to have a 20% deposit in that circumstance. Building a house or adding to housing supply is an exemption from the Reserve Bank low equity rules. So the next thing I want to talk to you about this low deposit stuff is how the banks actually price it. Now, when you don't have a 20% deposit, all these 4% or 3.89% interest rates that you see advertised with the banks at the moment, generally speaking, if you don't have a 20% deposit, then that pricing is not for you. You don't qualify for that. What you qualify for is actually the bank's standard advertised interest rates. And then depending on what bank we're going with, one bank might charge you a fee, a one-off fee, just to provide them with some form of insurance. It's called lender's mortgage insurance, and it's a percentage of the loan amount. But then there's some other lenders that actually charge an extra bit on top of their advertised rate, depending on what your loan to value ratio is. I'm not going to go into that at the moment, but basically if you've got a 5% deposit, then they charge you this amount more. If you've got a 10% deposit, they charge you this amount more. If you've got a 15%, they charge you this amount more. So when you're doing your little research and you're punching in figures into your online loan calculations, think, yeah, we can afford this and we can afford that, I would suggest that you remember that the actual interest rate might be a bit more than what you're actually looking at, and yeah, maybe give us a call and we can talk you through that and show you how that works. So we'll start with the obvious one, and that's actual money that you have saved in your bank account. Banks like to see that people can save. In fact, what they actually want to see with your deposit is they actually want to see that you have physically saved 5% of the purchase price of the home as genuine savings. That can be KiwiSaver, but they want to see that you've gone through some pain to cobble together this money to buy this house, so that you don't just walk away from it if you can't afford it anymore. You've actually got to have some skin in the game that you're actually going to miss out on. It's going to be financially hurtful to you if you walk away from a transaction. So using KiwiSaver to help you get your deposit together is something that I come across just about every day. So if you've never owned a home before, if you've been in KiwiSaver for 3 years, chances are you'll be able to pull all of that money out, your contributions, employer, member tax credits, that sort of stuff, pull all of that out for your first home withdrawal. The only thing you need to leave in is a $1,000 kickstart if you got that. Some of you may not have. The other component there is if you have owned a house before, but you're in the same financial position as a first home buyer, then you may be able to pull your KiwiSaver out there, subject to application for that. So another one is using your Home Start grants. So really quickly, there's lots of information out there, but really quickly, at the moment, if you've been in KiwiSaver for between 3 and 5 years, 3 years is a minimum, you can qualify for either $1,000 per year that you've been contributing the minimum to KiwiSaver, or $2,000 per year, and it just comes down to whether you're buying an existing house more than 6 months old, or if you're building. $1,000 per year is if you're buying an existing one, and $2,000 per year if you are building. So what's great about that is, let's say we've got a couple there, decide to build a house, and they've both been contributing to KiwiSaver for 5 years. Well, there's $20,000 to add to your deposit. So that's really cool. It's a really cool initiative. Following on from our chat about home start grants and the qualifying criteria around that, another option for first home buyers is actually a thing called the Welcome Home Loan. Remember when I was talking about how much extra banks charge you if you don't have a 20% deposit? Well, there is this thing called a Welcome Home Loan. It costs money to do, but it enables you to get access to the same rates as what a 20% deposit holder has. The key thing is that not every single bank in New Zealand is approved to offer the Welcome Home Loan products, and it's only available to a few lenders that we deal with. Another option for getting your deposit together is getting a gift from family, and that's not a problem whatsoever. The banks are more than happy to take gifts from family. To evidence that to the bank, we just need a letter from the person that's giving the gift. There is some certain wording that we'll provide to you when you're ready to get that. Another way that people can actually provide a gift is if they want to sell a house to a relative or a friend for a price that's lower than what the market value is. That's cool too. And actually what we do there is we just basically get a gift letter that just says the difference between what the house is worth and what we're selling it to you for is a gift. So no problems with that. Lots of people got no idea about the options available to them when they are looking at buying their first home. So that's why it's a good idea to come and have a chat with one of us, and we can help you through that process. At the end of the day, we just want to get you as much money as humanly possible for your deposit. So if you're thinking about buying a home or an investment property, we would love to hear from you. Let's get in touch. There's the link below, and we're going to figure out your next plan of attack. There's also an 0800 number around here somewhere.